Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Make It Easy for People to Give You Money. My name is Michael Mollenhauer. I'm the president of One-to-One Network. We're a digital advertising and marketing company with locations in South Orange County around Laguna Niguel and Laguna Beach, and also up in the southern Utah area around St. George and the ever-popular Hurricane. My special guest today is a guy who's been here before. His name is David Gleason, and this is his second time that he's been on the show. He has some amazing things happening in his business, and I thought it would be great to really bring him back again. Now, about David Gleason. David is the president and owner of NovoTrax. NovoTrax is a technology company that specializes in providing public safety and communication applications to city, state, federal, and public services, including law enforcement. They also provide personal safety solutions to the general public. Please welcome Mr. David Gleason. Hey, Dave, how's it going today?
Nice. Good to be back, Michael. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you. Thank you for rejoining us again. I was telling the folks earlier that this is your second time back, and we actually got a lot of great comments the first time you were here. So I did wanted to get you back again for a second time. I know you've got a lot of great new products and applications that you have released and are in the process of releasing, and are actually employing some very unique marketing strategies to kind of get the word out and make it easy for people to give you money. And so we kind of want to chat about that today. You know, one of the first things that I did want to talk about is I know you've released a new application called Live Body Cam. And I know that has applications both for law enforcement and also for personal use. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. Live Body Cam, I think, is very exciting. It is very versatile and a wonderful product that, like you say, can be used in the law enforcement, 911 industry. But I think our bigger market is with the general public.
Yeah.
Ladies like to be safe. Can't blame them. Men want to have their ladies safe. So what this app does, Michael, I think is really quite revolutionary. You can currently right now use FaceTime when you're walking alone and you want someone to be with you to give you a little bit of security and comfort. What Live Body Cam does is, instead of just having a broadcast that goes away as soon as you turn the phone off, this puts it into the cloud. So it streams the live video to your friends and family who you want to have communication with, and it streams it to the cloud so that you can always come back to it. What's really cool about it, though, is it synchronizes it to a GPS map. Everything that you say and do is recorded, but it shows you walking along on a GPS map. So say, for instance, my daughter is in Florida and she's getting out of her office and she's going to her car late at night, and it's a little bit scary for her. She just wants to make sure that somebody has got her back. So maybe I'm in Hawaii laying on the beach and I get this message on my Live Body Cam app that says, hey, your daughter wants you to watch her back. I push one button and now I see everything that she sees. I hear everything that she hears, and I see her walking along on a GPS map. So I have the breadcrumb trail, which is very, very cool. And like I said, it's saved into the cloud, so everything is there and can be retraced and can be verified if needed.
Well, that seems pretty amazing. So what you're telling me is that if she's walking from her hotel or something, and she's asking you to walk with her, and let's say that some guy comes out from behind a parked car and starts to do something suspicious that makes her feel comfortable, you can see and hear everything that she sees and hears, and she could possibly say, you need to back off because I've got Live Body Cam, and everything that you say and do right now is being streamed into the cloud, which I think would be a strong deterrent. Is that a fairly accurate statement?
That's exactly right.
That's cool.
It is a very strong deterrent. I think it's very much like if you put a sign out that says your property is watched by Neighborhood Watch. Yeah. Is it going to keep the bad guys from coming in and breaking into your house? No. but can it be a deterrent to push them away and to make them think twice? Absolutely. So with live body cam, let's say my daughter decides that she wants me to watch her back. She pushes one button because I've already been configured in her Watch Me group. So she sets up her Watch Me group and people agree to be in the Watch Me group. And then whenever she needs it, she just pushes one button. And boom, everybody in her Watch Me group gets an invitation that says, hey, your daughter wants you to watch her, or your friend wants you to watch her. So you just click, and there you go. You see and hear what they see and hear. But like I said, you also see the GPS map, so you know exactly where she's walking. Now, one of the really cool things about this is everything that is said is converted into speech to text.
Wow.
So now that goes into the cloud, and it's synchronized again to the video. So if I need to play that video back, I don't have to listen to hours and hours of video. I can just say, this particular word is what I'm looking for, and boom, it pops up the video and shows my daughter on the GPS map where she was located, and I can play that video back and forth and share it with the authorities. I can do whatever I need to with it at that point, but I have proof that she was at this location, and I have proof that this is what was said. Now, we all know that speech to text is not 100%, but it's very close.
Yeah.
And then I have the video to see what she was seeing, and I have the audio to hear what she was hearing. Now, a beautiful thing about that, Michael, is I can call 911 for her while I'm in Hawaii laying on the beach, where she is in Florida or wherever she may be. And so I know her location. All I got to do is push one button, boom, 911 is there to help her. It's very cool. It's a very, very powerful app. I think every man would want this for their wife and for their daughters. I think every lady would feel much more safe and secure with this. And the cool thing about it, it's $2.99 a month.
Wow.
That's less than a cup of coffee.
It is. I think if I was a parent with small children, I would probably want all of my kids to have the app on their smartphone as well for $3 a month. I can't think of any better protection than to have something like that. I want to ask you a really quick question. So you were talking about groups. So let's say that my wife has this set up on her phone. So my wife could have different groups. She could have me in one group. She could have a couple of friends in another group, and so on and so forth. Is there any limit to the number of groups that can be set up that can be contacted? Let's say she reaches out to me, I'm not available, and she wants to contact somebody else in another group. So how many groups can be set up in the Live Body Cam app?
You could set up all the groups that you want. So let's say, for instance, she's walking along and she wants to broadcast to the ladies group. Then she would just click on the ladies group. If she clicks to her emergency group, anyone in the emergency group would have it. Or maybe she's going to send it just to the book club group. So she wants to read her book while she's walking along and have everyone see the ocean behind her. It's an entertainment value that's added that documents where they're at, documents what was said, but allows people to see the live streaming with the speech to text converted, but also puts it into the cloud. It's not just turning it on with a video feed that goes away.
So it's a personal security app that also can function as an entertainment app, just like what you mentioned. I think that's fabulous.
Yes. And let's say that the lady wants to, or the man wants to record the video, but maybe they don't want to live stream it to someone. But they want to capture the moment, they want to document where they were at, and they want to see exactly where they were walking. A person could easily use the app, record the beautiful scenery, and shows the path where they walked, and they could talk to themselves and have all of those thoughts come back to them because they're converted to speech to text and they have the audio. And again, it's recorded into the cloud. So it's got a lot of value as far as entertainment, but it also has the value as far as business. So let's say I'm in a business meeting and there's 4 or 5 of us and we're brainstorming and we don't want to forget anything. I can turn on just the audio and record the audio to the cloud, and it will verify that this is what was said. It's converted to text. so I can search it, and it was said at this location. That could be used for a lot of things. It could be used to remind ourselves what was said in the meeting. It could be used to prove that something was said at a meeting. And it shows where it was said, when it was said, and again, it's searchable.
It's pretty incredible. One thing I wanted to bring up, and we talked about this the last time that we had you on the show, when I asked you, what was your unique selling point, and how do you come up with these business ideas? And one thing that really caught my attention was the fact that you told me that you actually begin the planning and the strategy and the development of your ideas 10 years in the future, planning for what you think, the time that you think would be the perfect time to release those to the public. Is that also a fairly accurate statement?
That's pretty close. For clarity on that, I am always trying to think of what the leading edge is. And the leading edge is always going to be out there 5, 7, 8, 10 years from now.
Right.
If I try to react on what's popular right now, I'm never going to catch the wave. I'll be too late every time.
Yeah.
So I just tried to train myself, and 10 years is my personal goal. I want to just think, okay, what's going to be the technology 10 years from now? What are going to be the needs 10 years from now? And what can be done?
Well, I think you've definitely nailed it in terms of the needs of the day. I think this is a perfect solution for the needs of the day. One thing I do want to touch on very quickly before we jump into the other application for Live Body Cam, but I know that you're in process of doing some unique marketing strategies. I know that you've got a new enhanced website that's in process, and your social media is being set up. But I understand you are also beginning to work with celebrity influencers to help promote the app and get the word out. Is that true?
We are. I'm a technical guy. I'm a business guy, but I also know my strengths and my weaknesses. We have contracted with several influencers who have the expertise in TikTok or in Facebook or in Instagram or any of the other social medias, that they're strong and they have a good following. So it makes sense for us to buy the seed.
Yeah.
And once you have the seed, then you can plant the seed and you let it grow. In order to get apples off of that apple tree, you have to plant the seed. And so you're looking a few years down the road before you pick those apples, but you know that this is what's going to happen. Well, influencers have a lot of influence, any influencers with relevance. And so those influencers, they like to have opportunities to grow their business and to highlight products. And so one of our strategies is to work closely with influencers because they've already got the apple tree. So we'll plant that seed and use their apple tree. And as they spread their influence with our products, then we plan to capitalize on that.
I think that's great. Now, I know that the app is available for download right now, isn't it, on the Apple Store?
Yeah, Live Body Cam is absolutely available. It's on the Apple Store. It's also in the Google Play Store. $2.99 a month for the ability to live stream to someone. But let me give just a little bit of insight there.
Yeah.
So maybe my daughter wants to live stream to me and to my wife and to grandma. Well, we don't want to pay $3 a month for me, for my wife, and for my grandma or her grandma to live stream to us. So those that are watching, the app is completely free.
Wow.
The only people that pay are for those that are actually live streaming. So a family of 3 or 4 people could all download the app for free, and just the person that wants to live stream needs to pay the $2.99 a month.
Wow, that's incredible. And it's available in the Apple Store and also in Google Play. Is it available both on an iOS system and Android?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to go. All right, so I know that there are some other applications for live body cam. As long as we're talking about this, I know there are some law enforcement applications. Can you tell me a little bit about how that works?
Absolutely. So right now, a police officer typically will have a static body cam. What I mean by static is they put that body cam on their body, they go out and do their work, and it records everything that was done. Some of them have a GPS location with it, but that video has to be uploaded to the cloud and documented. With live body cam, the professional version, what it allows the police officers, the fire department, the ambulance, the doctor, anyone who wants to prove what happened at a particular time would basically wear a smartphone. And that smartphone puts everything into the cloud. It takes the speech to text, converts it so that it's searchable, and we have the GPS map that's synchronized with it. So in the public safety arena, let's say you have the sheriff with all of his officers out there, the deputies, and maybe he wants to see where those deputies are at. Maybe he wants to see what they're dealing with. All he has to do is go to his computer, turn on the home screen for this, and click which officers he wants to see. Now the chief of police or the sheriff or the fire chief or anyone that's responsible for their crew, they can see what their crew members see. They can hear what their crew members hear, and it's converted to speech to text again, and it's synchronized to a GPS map. Now, in all fairness, not all 911 responders or not all persons would want to have their boss watching them and recording them.
Yeah.
So we have a feature with the professional version that they can turn it off and on by voice if they want it on. Then let's say they're doing a drug bust and they want everybody in the precinct to see what's going on because they're trying to coordinate things. Then they would use one mode. If they were just out and wanting to record things, they would put it in the cloud, but it's not visible yet until that officer authorizes whatever sections he wants to have visible.
Okay.
People are going to ask, okay, so what happens when you don't have internet or cloud service? The system is designed so that it packs the video into the phone temporarily. You could not play it back. There's no way you could play it back. It's heavily, heavily encrypted. Everything meets CGIST requirements. By the way, I'll talk to that about security in a minute, but it puts it on the phone temporarily, and as soon as the phone is back into cell connection, then it pieces all of those pieces together. So let's say, for instance, a police officer is in an area where he has great reception. Everything is going live, it's being recorded, and he doesn't have to go back and document all that stuff because it's documented in real time.
Wow.
That's a huge benefit. That saves a police officer about 2 hours a day, not having to document what he said and where he was and when he said it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all done. Can be very powerful for evidence. But now he gets in the car and he goes someplace where the cell service just disappears. The phone is tracking all of this data. And now the police officer goes back into where there's reception. That video can be played back just like it never went out of cell service. It's a very, very cool feature.
Wow, that's amazing. So I want to make it clear to the folks that are interested. There's actually two different versions of the live body cam app. One is for personal use, and the other one is the pro version, which is for law enforcement. So I want to make sure that the folks, when they're listening, if they're interested, that they are able to download the app that best suits their needs. So there's live body cam, the regular version, and live body cam pro is for law enforcement. Is that correct?
That's correct. And not just law enforcement. Anyone who wants to document where their employees are and what's happening. So we actually have several versions of the live body cam app that's put inside of other apps that we offer. So say, for instance, the business app. If I'm a businessman and I want my employees to have this then they would download the NovoTrax business app, and then the live body cam feature could be turned off or on. And then that employer could see what's happening with his employees at any given time. So where would that come in handy? Let's say I'm waiting for a shipment to come in, and I'm the receiver. I've got my live body cam. I can prove what that shipment looks like when it lands on the dock.
Wow.
Maybe it was destroyed before it ever got here. But now I have documented proof that this is what it looked like at this time at this location. And again, that's saved to the cloud. It's searchable, but it can also be live streamed to any supervisor that has authority. So that is one application. We've also put the same tool into our educators app.
Okay.
So that comes in very handy for a school teacher. And maybe there's something that's happening in the classroom that they want to document, either good or bad. We want to document it. Well, it's in the cloud. We know where it happened. We know when it happened, and we know what the verbiage was, and it can be searched on that.
Wow.
So a school bus driver could put this. All you'd have to do is turn that around, and everyone in the school bus now is visible to the superintendent. He can see and hear what's going on in the bus. Or he could turn it the other way, and this car speeds by when the stop sign is out, and he has a habit of doing this, and the bus driver just wants to prove, hey, this is what's going on. So bus drivers, officers, any 911 responder, anybody that needs to show what happened, when it happened, and where it happened, live body cam's a powerful tool for that.
Wow, that's amazing. We've got maybe about 5 minutes left here, and there's a couple of other applications that you develop I want to talk about. One is the active shooter detection, and the other is the lights, camera, action. Which one of those do you want to talk about first?
Well, they're both very exciting to me. They're products that we've looked at developing for a very, very long time. They've been years in development. The lights, camera, action, for anyone that is familiar with a multi-camera video shoot, this is a product that's looking years down the road. Right now, if I'm anyone, a band member, I want to record my band, or I'm getting married and I want to have video that's synchronized from multiple different angles, it's very expensive to hire a multi-camera video company to come in and record everything and edit it and put it down together.
Oh, yeah.
We put this into the hands of the poor man. The poor man could do a 6-camera, multi-camera shoot, have it synchronized, and automatically edited in real time by just using their cell phones. Here's the great part. It's free. It's a free app.
Wow.
So anybody can download Lights, Camera, Action and start making those videos. Now, why is it free? Well, it's got our watermark on it, and you got to watch a little advertisement. And if you don't want to watch the advertisement, you pay us a little money. The advertisement goes away. If you don't want the watermark on it, then you pay us a little money and the watermark goes away. But it's a cool app. So if I'm a content developer, I definitely would want to use Lights, Camera, Action. If I have any kind of product placement that I'm doing or anything that I want to make a video of, now it's a lot better because I'm not just using one angle, and I'm using my cell phone, which is very, very high quality now.
Wow. So I want to learn more about Lights, Camera, Action. Can you tell me what's the website address and where can we go to download the app?
Yeah, you can go to Lights, Camera, Action. You can go to any one of the app stores. You can go iOS or Android and look for Lights, Camera, Action. Download it. Again, it's free. Start using it. Have a lot of fun with it. It's a very, very fun, very, very powerful app. I could do quite a bit just on this, but go there, get it, download it. It has features like teleprompter, gives you a cue sheet. It lets you discover other people. Let's say I'm in a football game and I'm on the north side and somebody's on the south side, and I want to get this football game recorded from 6 different angles. I could put my phone in Discover and make a 6-camera video shoot with people that I don't know, and everything is secured. I'm never going to know who those people are because all I get is their code name. but I get the video off of their phone on my phone, and I can share it with them. So,
Yeah.
so looking down the road, this is one of those projects where we are just starting to touch the surface of the internet. We're just starting to touch the surface of video, and we're just starting to touch the surface of what you can do with your mobile camera. That's a very good example.
That's excellent.
Now, I know you got to go, but I really want to hit on Active Shooter. Active Shooter is the coolest technology that's out there, and it allows us to detect a weapon in the parking lot before that shooter ever gets inside of the building. It allows us to lock the building doors down and prove that the doors are shut. And we can prove that the doors are shut without adding any extra wiring. Nobody else is doing that. We've got some very cool technology to do that.
It's pretty amazing.
And then a split second later, we can dispatch the police without calling 911. Nobody else is doing that. It's the coolest technology, but it is the technology that's needed right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. I've seen, I've got about maybe 90 seconds left here, so we'll kind of make this brief. I've seen a couple of the videos that a couple of news stations in Texas did about active shooter detection for a couple of public schools. So that appears to be moving well along with the public schools and law enforcement. Is that true?
Yeah, we're getting calls every single day. Businesses, schools, churches that want to have the active shooter detection and protection to protect their people.
So,
I mean, it just makes so much more sense to stop it before it happens rather than try to quickly respond after.
Oh, absolutely. So, David, I want to thank you very much for joining with us today. I got maybe a minute left here. Tell me, where can we learn more about the active shooter detection? Do you have a website that you can give to us?
Yes. Go to NovoTrax.com. That's NOVO, Nancy Oscar, Victor Oscar, TRAX.com, and browse around. You'll see the active shooter. There's a lot of other products in there. Again, Michael, everything that NovoTrax builds is on the Smart City platform.
Yeah.
So every one of our products will talk to every other product. So you'll see how they intertwine together.
Sounds great. David, I want to thank you so much for coming back again and being another guest on my show. We enjoyed having you here. Once again, I want to make sure you guys know that we'll be back again next week with another exciting episode of Make It Easy for people to give you Make It Easy for people to give you money. I've got another great guest coming up next week. I know that you're going to enjoy him. You can listen to us live on KXFM 104.7 in Southern California and also in the Southern Utah area. You can check us out on Radio St. George 100.3 FM. You guys take care. I'll see you again next week.